Gonna make a little noise today, Dr. Art, huh?
We're gonna make some big noise today.
Well, not big noise. We're gonna make gasoline noise, which we already did yesterday. So I'm gonna bring you guys up to speed on everything we've done so far, because there were a ton of baby steps involved in this. And we got the first couple of baby steps out of the way yesterday. And today, the mission is to run this thing off the squirt bottle on gasoline. There's no nitro involved yet. And check the timing, because I set the mag at 40 degrees, and we want to just make sure that it's actually at 40 degrees. So we've got our timing light set up over here off the jump box, and we have our marks. So this is 0, this is 35, which was what was marked on this damper. It was even marked for 40, and then this is 40. So we're gonna fire this thing up. I'm gonna keep it running on the squirt bottle, and Dr. Art is gonna come around and grab the timing light and check that. So for today's festivities, Dr. Art will be manning not only the timing light, but the starter.
This is how you start a nitro engine.
Yes.
Nice RCD top of the line new technology that Mr. Jeff bought for us.
Yeah, that's something like right out of the future.
It is.
Back when I was doing this stuff, we were using these helicopter starter engines. They were giant, they weighed like 80 pounds, and it was always the smallest guy that ended up wrestling it on and off. So, yeah, let's pull it off for this.
Yeah, as soon as it fires, you pull it off.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's going to be his mission now. I'm going to keep this thing running. He's going to pull the starter off and then come around me. You got a clear path? I just go in the back of the car?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. And then he's going to jump down and grab the timing light. Okay, so here's where we're at with this. We're not ready to run this thing on nitro, and we have no nitro in the tank. Actually, we don't even have a main fuel line hooked up yet, the inlet line. So we've got the pump off, the drive shaft out, because that'll wiggle out and make a mess. We've got our pump just laying off to the side here like this, so we know we're not running it dry, we're not doing any damage. We've got our ground wire. This is how we're going to start this thing. This, well, we'll make this a little bit neater when we're ready to go. But we've got our mag grounded right here. So when it's time to go, we're just going to rip this wire off. And now we already set the air gap on the butterflies yesterday. So here's what we did. I'll go through all of the steps we did yesterday. And Dr. Art was good enough to have his phone running at the time, because I didn't film any of this stuff, but he did. So the first step with this was to pour oil in it. And in this case, we're using, you got that?
Yeah.
Now we used to use a Kendall Nitro 70 oil. So now we're using GP1, driven GP1 Nitro 70. I've never used it. It's a little more green than the stuff that I'm accustomed to, but that's fine. It's good oil. All right, so we've got 8 quarts in there. And so for what we're doing right now, 8 quarts is fine. When we're gonna actually run this thing on nitro, on the ground with acceleration and all of that good stuff, we'll have 10 quarts in it. So the first step was, after I set the valves, put the valve covers on it, filled it with oil, and then without the spark plugs in it, we spun it up to make sure we had oil pressure. And we had oil pressure, not quite as much as I want. So 426 is, you're going for 100 pounds at idle, or 100 pounds as you're cranking it. And with this one, I saw about 75. I think it's fine. I think it's okay. But at any rate, we spun it over, got oil pressure, got oil up to the rockers, so we know we've got our top end lubricated. We dropped the valve covers on it, put the spark plugs in, and then the first step was to just burp it. All we want to do is just make sure that everything is in sync and it's going to run. So big healthy gulp of gasoline down the injector, spin it over, pull the wire, it went burp. All right, let it rip. Okay, good. That's step number 1, baby step number 1 completed. So with that, the next thing was to actually run it on the squirt bottle, and we ran into a little bit of an issue here. So I've been using these, the lid is open. I've been using these Amway squirt bottles for this stuff for as long as I've been doing it. But what I didn't know was that they changed the orifice size in the squirter. So initial attempt to run this thing off the squirt bottle. And the goal here is to bottle feed it until the bottle is empty. And by that point, the engine is warm. Or at least it's warm enough to switch over to nitro. But at any rate, our first attempt to run it off the squirt bottle, we ran into a little bit of a problem because that orifice is too small. So I couldn't feed it enough gasoline through the orifice to keep it happy. So you become familiar with this procedure, okay? Right, open the throttle wide and squirt towards the back of the hat, the back of the injector. Give it a good...
Far back as you can go.
Yeah. Give it a good soaking. Okay. A couple of years. Ready?
Yep.
Hit.
I mean, for that little bit, it sounds like it's happy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Now, if we had a fuel pump on here, oh, look at this. Oh, that would have been fun. Happy day in that one.
Flying engine.
I think that was just my fault for not feeding it enough fuel.
Okay.
So. Okay, ready?
Yep.
So we pulled the cap off, drilled the orifice open, and we were good to go. So then we actually ran it through the whole squirt bottle, and while I was running on the squirt bottle, we made our tentative, mostly air gap adjustments off of the throttle linkage right here. And so that's this clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can send them to Kathy. Okay.
And you could hear it coming up and down as I'm turning the screw, the linkage screw. So now, like I said, the goal here is, did I forget anything else? We burped it, we had our fiasco with
we did it. We walked through our pre-lube and procedures and just step by step how we're good.
So now I'm just going to turn on that camera over there and we'll just let it rip.
Let it rip and enjoy, folks. It sounds nice.
Yeah,
even for gas. I mean, the nitro's going to be crazy, but even on gas, it's a nice sounding engine.
It's everything is working exactly as it should. It's going good so far. All right, so I'll shut this one off and I'll turn that one on. Go.
All right.
All right, so Dr. Art is fastening the blower in place. So for you guys that don't know, there are lugs on this thing. You want to show them the lugs real quick?
Yeah.
These Allen head bolts right here fit into these oblong holes on the cage, and that's how it locks in place.
Like so, and twist.
All right, see.
Yeah, dear.
The motor is going to have to be rotated. Oh, okay.
No, just do it this way. That's what that's for.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
And then this little knob on the back, you spin this to engage the teeth on the engine, so when you hit the button, it doesn't go ka-conk.
Right.
And then your cable comes off. So we're good that way.
All right. So our first step here is open the throttle and give this thing a good, healthy, wet squirt of gasoline. Just like that. We want to spray towards the back of the injector.
And I need to stop for a second. Just because we have to rotate this engine here, it's not engaging properly. We got the right tool right here. 2 seconds. Oops. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Nice, and then spin to engage. Perfect.
All right. So now here's our ground wire. We want to make sure that this is, before we spin the motor, you never want to start spinning one of these motors unless the ground wire is attached. So we've got it grounded to our valve cover here and the post off of the Magneto. Okay, Dr. Art, you ready?
Ready?
And then you're going to come around the back and you're going
get
to
on
get
the
right
timing
in
light.
this spot. Okay.
Ready?
Yep. Looks good.
It's perfect, right at 40.
All right. Can I set a mag with a piece of paper or can I set a mag with a piece of paper?
Yeah, you still got it.
All right. Let me shut this thing off. I'll grab the other camera. Well, that went okay with a little bugaboo on my part. Here, hold that.
Okay.
Okay. I'm a little out of practice. It's been a couple of decades for me now. I grasped the bottle in the wrong position, and so as it started to get towards the bottom part, I was like folding the bottle over and doing all kinds of contortions to it to keep the flow of gasoline going, and it wasn't steady. So the formula with this, a lot of guys will hook up an intravenous system. They'll run the engine off of alcohol and then unplug that and switch over to nitro. I always found it so much easier to just run the engine to warm up off of the squirt bottle, because I determined that from ice cold to ready for nitro, warmed up sufficiently for nitro, it takes the entire bottle. So when you get to the bottom of the bottle, it's time to reach over and turn the fuel on. And it was foolproof, worked every time. But it wouldn't have worked that time because I grasped this thing the wrong way, and usually I was like folding it over and trying to do all kinds of stuff with it to keep the flow going. And I missed by a little bit. So, but that's okay. Our timing is dead on. Everything is functioning the way it's supposed to. So now the next step is the next step is rock and roll. Okay, so we need Jeff here for that, and we're gonna put the back of the drivetrain together. Right now there's just a clutch can sitting on there. We're gonna put the reverser in it and the coupler. Get Jeff in there because on nitro now somebody's got to operate the brakes to hold the wheels from spinning, so we can get our barrel valve adjusted appropriately under load. Because you can't just adjust the barrel valve with the engine freewheeling or the tires freewheeling. That's why cackle cars sound as lame as they do when they hit the throttle, because there's no load. So the next step, like I said, is we have to have Jeff in there, and we're going to go through all of the motions, and we'll probably have to run it a couple of times on nitro to actually get it to where we're ready to put it on the ground. But from right now, we're going to pull the valve covers, check the valve lash. Dr. Art's going to stick the back of the car together and get the pedal mounted and the cables mounted and all of that. And then I'll mount this back on the engine and double check all my connections, double check, triple check, quadruple check, everything. Because that's one of the things with this. You keep checking. You keep checking. You just so many details. It's so easy to overlook like a simple detail, and that's just it. It's over. So That's the next mission. I believe this week, sometime middle of this week, Jeff will be here, and he'll be bringing Nitro with him, and we'll be ready to actually make some noise, like real noise. That'll be fun. All right, guys, that was it. Till next time, say goodbye, Dr. Art.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.